I want to thank everybody who stuck around on the stream watching this gameplay. If you're watching a video later, I can't believe I got through this. Everyone who took the time out to stick around to this point, thank you so much. Now you can enjoy this beautiful, wonderful fucking ending. This is amazing. So basically it would have gone from that to what I'm about to show you right now. Alright guys. Ladies and jelly spoons, I love you all. Enjoy.
Good. You're alive. When I first saw you falling, for the first time I prayed that I'd save you. I think I overdid it. That's the magic cauldron. It's still there.
Cornelius.
I'm all right. How's the cauldron?
I stopped it without destroying the core. But all the phosons it absorbed from the world have been used up. At this rate, the salvation Igwe talked about is...
friend or foe?
Huh? Gwendolyn! She's still alive. They're both alive. Huh? This ring. It's Titrell. Why does she have it? Is this fate? After all this, it's made its way here. But... the furnace has no more power. Ah! Master Croy. I finally understand. There's still some power. The crystals are right here. In this cipher. The blade is a crystal. If I turn them back into phosons, they could power the cauldron.
No, Velvet! If you use the cauldron, you'll be cursed.
Cornelius. Everything that has happened has been leading up to this moment. They are the crownless lords from the poems. They will be the ancestors to all of humanity. And this hand wearing the ring shall be the savior from the prophecies.
Velvet.
The ground is crumbling. We must hurry! I must reverse the magic's flow. Ciphers, give yourselves! Release the source of life! Give the world back its soul. I hereby request Aerion's revival. Let the seed of life flow. Obey the ring, Cauldron. You are no longer an abomination, but the mother of all, filled with hope.
Everywhere we look, the land is ruined. 'Tis worse than the netherworld.
Are we the only ones who survived this?
That I do not know. But 'tis a miracle that we survived at all. Perhaps... Let's find a place to rest.
In this shattered world, will there ever be a place that can accept us after we've hurt the world so?
Gwendolyn. Wait. Something's happening. Gwendolyn.
Oswald! What is it? The land!
It's as if a new world is being revealed. Gwendolyn, we're witnessing a miracle. We cannot give up. We must have hope.
We finally collected all the coins from Valentine. All the coins my grandfather created are here.
Let's see. We should test this now. Magical coins. After these thousands of years of toil, if you are all here, answer my call.
Enlightened One, shall I sing your praises? Who has gathered all the coins from my kingdom?
That face. 'Tis my grandfather when he was a kind man. It is I, your granddaughter, Velvet.
He cannot hear you. This is only an image from the past.
Who is the one to have amassed such a fortune? It matters not. Such a lofty accomplishment deserves a grand celebration granted by my incredible power. Hear me and rejoice! Allow me to grant any wish. One single wish. Think carefully.
I've waited so long for this day. Of course, I want to break the curse on us.
Wait, Velvet! Do you really wish that? All of us cursed to be Puka. We can live forever in a timeless vacuum in these bodies. We can live forever in love, just as we are now.
And our souls will go on, even after our flesh finally gives up. This curse is eternal, and our souls will never return to the land.
But if we become humans, we will die before 100 years have passed.
Cornelius, instead of living eternally while cursed, I believe that it is more noble to live out a natural life, among other humans.
Yes, I agree. For millennia, we have observed the lives of other people. But even in these prosperous times, we cannot say that the people are happy.
The world is filled with heartache, as it was before the Armageddon. But the sun will always rise. There is always a path.
Yes. The world was not destroyed, and...
The descendants of Gwendolyn and Oswald live on today. Their souls survive in this land that they have saved.
the blood of Valentine must also be passed on.
Cornelius.
King Valentine, we have decided. Listen to the voices of your coin's owners. Break this spell and return our humanity.
Rejoice! With this, you may fear that the power within you is fading as well. But it remains. Hear me, those who have worked together. Your efforts are greater than any mere magic. Live your new lives to the fullest.
Until death do us part.
I shall never let you go. Our lives will go on together.
So how beautiful was that? So real quick, if you're still hanging in there, there's going to be a little scene after the post credits. If you've watched Marvel movies, you should be trained enough to know that you always stay post credits. But real quick, I want to say something. That was such an amazing ending. They spent okay, so Gwendolyn and Cornelius, Gwendolyn and Oswald were the ones that ended up bringing humanity back. We're basically descendants of them. In this world, we'd be descendants of them. Velvet and Cornelius, Gwendolyn and Oswald, Velvet and Cornelius spent thousands of years as Pukas to get all the currency from that time, all those coins from Valentine. It took them thousands of years. They did that so they could be us again. They did that because in Velvet's eyes, it's better to live out a human life than to stay like that forever cursed. They could actually live a normal life. They spent all that time to be like us. And he said, well, why would we do that? Because we could be eternal in love like this. And they're like, yeah, but we have no real, our humanity's gone. We can't have kids. We can't experience love and loss like they can because we lose relatives and we lose friends and we lose jobs. But that's a human life because even though there's downs, there's ups, they can't experience that as Pukas. So fucking beautiful and amazing. So Cornelius and Velvet will have a happy ending. They will live out a human life and they'll grow old together. They'll have grandkids. They'll fucking play PS4. They'll jerk off. Whatever. They will be able to do that and they'll have bad days. And it was all because they spent thousands of fucking years getting all those coins. Imagine all those days, all those hours of searching to get to that point. The king that showed up, King Valentine, that was the guy with the crown on the cauldron who was like, Velvet, you remind me of my daughter. That was the decayed old man. That's when he looked normal. That's when he was a kinder, gentler king, or a better king that he ended up being. He ended up turning into a monster. So everything in this game is a fucking masterpiece. The way they ended it is because it's bittersweet. You know, it's kind of like the world was destroyed, yes, but Gwendolyn and Oswald made it. And obviously, so Alice, that little girl that was in the attic that was reading the books, we're all descendants of them, just spread over time, over thousands upon you, 10,000 years or whatever. That's what we got to this. And all that time, those Pukas were fucking teleporting around the fucking planet getting those coins. To China, to America, they were all over the place, and they would go back to that secluded cave, and because of their bodies, they were able to live. And now they could live, and she even goes, he's like, I will never let you go, and she goes, till death do us part. So that was their way of their new union or whatever. Beautiful. Now, the only thing, right? The only thing that didn't get wrapped up out of all of that is Mercedes. Remember when Mercedes was dying and she goes, my real name is Yggdrasil. She was the world tree. So when I first played this game, when I first played this game, I was like, well, that's kind of fucking beautiful, but it's miserable what happened to her because Ingwe was her beau, right? That was her bae. He turned into Darkova. We killed him. He died. And then she fucking was the world tree. And I was like, well, she got the worst of it all, right? I mean, she sacrificed herself and she's alone because she's still a spirit. If you remember, Griselda showed up as a spirit at the end of the end of her story, and she's like, "I'm so proud of you, sister, that you were able to defeat Leviathan, and that you were able to, stop Armageddon because you and Oswald, the two last humans, you're going to make sure humanity survives. I can now go in peace and leave and not watch over you as that little bird." Because the bird she thought was her conscience. It wasn't. It was her sister that died. So her sister was always kind of there watching over her. Kind of like a... I don't want to make an analogy to it because it's perfect the way it is. So she ends up watching over her, and fucking she probably watched over her for her entire life till she died of old age or whenever she died. And fucking now, where's Mercedes, right? Where's Ingwe? Those were the only two, because everyone kind of got what they wanted after thousands of years of trying to fucking find. Could you imagine thousands of years of just picking up fucking coins? Just to, and you're the only thing that keeps you going is at least you're with the one you love. At least you're with that person that you love, and there's that little glimmer of hope one day you'll get. Imagine all those days where you might have felt down, or you might have been like, there's no hope, and then finally you get it. That was cool. When I saw Cornelia, look, special thanks to all these people and you. Now here's the best part, in my opinion. This is the cool, like, shit like this is kind of cheesy, but I still kind of smile because it includes us. And here's what I mean by it includes us. You're about to see it happen right in front of you. Watch. There's the world tree, right? And there, you see the cipher? That's Mercedes' cipher in the bottom of the world tree. That tree still exists here. It's still there. And look at that. So Ingwe's spirit found its way back to Mercedes. When I first saw that, fucking, I teared the fuck up, man. Like, finally, they remember how it was like Mercedes got the worst of all? Look, man. Like, not really, because look, she did get the worst of all. She doesn't have like a physical spirit body. But here's this. So that made me cry. Then this made me smile.
Hey, you there. You look rather sad to say goodbye. Titania's become a nice place after the dragon disappeared. It certainly feels a lot better. Just where do you hail from? You don't know? You're an odd one. Whoa! Watch where you're going! Well, you must be here looking for a good deal, am I right? I've got just the thing. Come on, it doesn't cost anything to look.
1 apple, please.
But of course. Today's your lucky day. That was what we call a fairy. You don't see them around here that often. This town's really gotten lively lately, and many new people have come. Like that sexy lady over on the corner. What an odd couple. Ooh, what's that you have there? How about selling it to me? I'll trade you this special commemorative Valentine coin for it. Look, just between us two. They say that this is a rare coin that can grant wishes. Sounds fair, yes? Hey! That's a Valkyrie. She looked like King Odin's daughter. Good heavens! Is there another war going on in the West? If you are planning on doing some trading, you best avoid that area. Oh, so you're a writer? Are you writing about your travels here? Well, that's nice. Hey, write about me while you're at it. All right. right now. Take care. It was nice talking to you. If we ever meet again, let me buy a copy of your book. Hey, wait! So, let me ask. What's the title of the book you're writing?
Arr. Okay, so the coin that he just gave you was the coin on the Armageddon book that fucking Alice put down, and it was the last coin. So the coin the writer was given, the writer being us, was the last coin that the Puka Velvet and Puka Cornelius were looking for. That made me smile. I was like, okay, so, they found it. It was on our book, the book that we wrote, we being the audience, you and I being the gamer, whatever. They found it off our book. That made me smile because I was tearing up because of the fucking Mercedes shit. But that, ladies and jelly spoons, is the longest stream I've done. Right under 6 hours. And my second favorite, next to Asura's Wrath. No one can beat that. I thank you so much, everyone, for watching and sharing this amazing, beautiful game with me. You all, I love you very much. Thanks for stopping by, taking time every day, stopping by. Tomorrow I'll be back on it again. I'm going to be doing Batman Arkham Knight. Switch it up to an action game, a little less fantasy, but less fantasy. I love Batman. But I'll be on tomorrow night. Thank you for stopping by. You wonderful human beings have a good morning, afternoon, or night, and I will see you on the next one.